My name's Jill Voiles,
And I'm Dennis Voiles.
and our testimony and faith journeys are both a little different. I grew up going to church, and I loved going to Sunday school, and especially Vacation Bible School. And I even sang in the choir when I was older. And I married Jim when I was 20, and we were married for 25 years when he passed away suddenly in 2007.
And my journey was a little bit different. My mom took me to church when I was little, but as soon as I got old enough to say no, I stayed home. But my story really begins in high school, where I met somebody that eventually would change my life. And I met Adele and fell madly in love, but was not allowed to date in school. So as soon as we got out of high school, we went on one date, and then we were both off to college. We were reunited 35 years later, and we just fell in love again and were married in 2006. 2 weeks later, she was diagnosed with cancer, and for 18 months, I watched her go through surgeries and all kinds of treatments. That through this time, she would be reading Bible verses to me and trying to explain to me just exactly what they meant. And of course, I rejected it. But through all this, I just noticed that she was never mad, she was never angry. And she told me, she says, I know where I'm going, and I find comfort in that. She passed away May 20th of 2008, and she had asked me to spread her ashes at Red Rock Canyon. But my question was, why did God bring us together after 35 years and take her away after such a short time? So while I was in Red Rock, I climbed up on a big rock and just asked God what many people do. Show me a sign, proof that you're there, that you really are who you say you are. And at that very second, an eagle screamed in the mountain behind me and got me to thinking. Well, September 1st of that same year, my father passed away. So I was really in a dark place and laying in bed one night, not sleeping, which was normal now. I just cried out to God to come into my life, that I needed Him. At that time, peace and comfort came over me, and I slept through the night for the first time. Then I was baptized November 7th of 2008.
In February of 2009, Dennis and his sister had tickets to go see Jesus Christ Superstar. But his sister wasn't able to go, so he was talking to his neighbor, which happened to be my niece, and she said, well, why don't you ask my aunt? So we did, and we just gradually started going out and not looking for a serious relationship, just more or less for companionship. But all the while, we felt God working on our hearts, telling us it's okay to be happy again. In September of 2010, we were married, and we just think that each day we know is not promised, and you need to cherish it and not take each other for granted.
And the answer to the question that I had asked earlier about bringing us together after 35 years and taking her away, I finally have come to the conclusion that God brought me to her to comfort her in her last days and for somebody to love her, while she, in the meantime, was bringing me back to Christ. And that was what really changed my life.